Good morning, YouTube. Check this out. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Stunning work. So, thought I'd just explain a little bit about why I'm very excited about a project I've been contributing to called Dawn. And just really dump all of the thoughts I have about why it matters, why I'm so excited about the founders, Tom and Isaac, why this is, the culmination of 10 years of thinking and working, and what Dawn actually is. So the one sentence pitch is Dawn is a mobile wallet that is laser focused on making Ethereum easier and faster to use for people from their phones. The larger pitch is, and the reason why we need yet another wallet, and there's thousands, is we need to remove a piece of technology I helped start called Wallet Connect. And we need to do that because it barely works. We also need to remove all of the barriers to open source mobile development, and we need for Ethereum, and we need wallets that work on the lowest cost Android devices. And I can tell you from first-hand experience out here, South Africa, none of these wallets work on the low-cost Android devices. So the barrier to entry for creating a great wallet is dropping every day. And yet, they're still all built using a technology, or nearly all built using a technology called React Native. And this is what has caused us so many issues. So React Native is a cross-platform development platform. So in theory, it allows you to write your app once and then run it everywhere. You can write it in JavaScript and using React components. And it's this giant hodgepodge that was created by Facebook. And I think it's contributed to the declining quality of mobile software more than almost anything. It basically means that you're not going with the grain of the platform. It means you're writing this kind of very strange code base and then compiling one app for Android phones and one app for iPhones. And it is the reason that my team and I parted ways and that Rainbow was born. So Rainbow is another wallet that's built using React Native. And so to shift from the negatives of just how bad every wallet is to the positives of how good a wallet could be, there are kind of two enormous advantages that will be yielding to Dawn. First is that they've really cracked this new technology called Safari extensions for iOS. So to unpack that, what it allows us to do is place software on the phone that connects to Safari. And now a lot of people think Safari is a failing browser, but actually it's the #1 browser in the world. I'll say that again. It's the number one browser in the world, and nobody even realizes it. Because most people who have money have an iPhone, and most people who have an iPhone do not switch their default browser from Safari. So actually, the number one browser in the world in terms of people who have any resources is Safari. And a year and a half ago, they released the first prototype of a plug-in system or an extension system that allows developers to take their app and connect it to oh, look at this, that's much better. Allows developers to connect it to uh, any piece of web software really easily. And in the same way that you download MetaMask to Chrome and then you install it as an extension, you can now download an app on your phone and enable an extension that connects to Safari. And the minute that I saw, whoa, let's figure this out. See if I can make this better. That's just the best way to do this. There we go. Yeah, that's what I can handle. So the minute that I saw this working for 1Password, which is a very popular app for managing your details, I had an epiphany that this was going to change the way wallets could work. Oh, look at this. Just going to pause here. This is just incredible. And I realized I've got to work on this. Oh my goodness. Woo. Look at that. Dawn is up. Good. Fantastic. Alright, let's get some sun in the eyes. Yeah, so I got super excited about it as an opportunity and restarted my old company, Balance, publicly. It's been a private entity until then. Just me. Started trying to hire people and get it going. And again, I failed to manage people properly and wasted a bunch of my money on a bunch of people who lied to me. And it was a disaster. But we got a prototype working. Oh, no rainbow. I just love South Africa. This is insane. A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if you will. And so I kept thinking about the idea and hoping someone would work on the idea, but nobody did. And then that changed when I met some wonderful people and prototyped a concept. But then a very good friend of mine, Tom Waite, left his job, and he said he wanted to search for, something he could work on for a long time. And another good friend of mine, Isaac, had been prototyping this wallet concept with another good friend of mine, Shun. And Shun is going on his own journey for his visa and his mind and his future. And I put Isaac and Tom together, and magic just started happening. And it just felt like the right chemistry, the right combination of people to make this happen. Where Tom is the clear CEO, Isaac's the clear CTO, and I'm, a contributing designer and kind of guide to the project. The biggest problem with Ethereum is that everybody spends way too much time on their laptop, and they forget that it's not the default state for most people. Most people do not have a MacBook. Most people can't afford a MacBook. And it's kind of sad when you see all these Ethereans just forgetting what it's like for people who are 100% mobile. And Tom understands this problem deeply now. Isaac gets it very deeply. I've cared about this for a long time. And we're going to fix it. We're just going to fix it. We're going to keep working on technology and infrastructure to bring Ethereum to mobile phones and completely forget desktop computers altogether. And the reason I'm so excited about a combination of Tom and Isaac is I think both of them have an incredible journey. Both of them have worked at lots of different startups in different roles. Both of them care deeply about crafting great products and services. Both of them have seen what happens when you don't ship quickly enough. Both of them have seen what happens when you don't ship carefully enough. Both of them have a point to prove in their respective countries and friendship groups. Both of them have family that they care deeply about. Both of them have a lot of love from parts of their family, but a lot of desire to get after it. Both of them love the Bay Area. Both of them love, San Francisco, despite all its challenges. Both of them are immigrants. Both of them are fighters. Both of them are incredibly modest outwardly, but incredibly determined inwardly. Both of them are, people I admire, and both of them are people I trust with, my private keys. Literally, they're signers on my one of my vaults. And I think that the ideal wallet team would be somebody who's deeply experienced in mobile and somebody who's deeply experienced at Ethereum coming together, and that's what we have with Isaac and Tom. Isaac's worked on several enormous apps in Europe and around the world. He's incredibly fast at prototyping and shipping. And then Tom has a background in physics, worked at Aztec, which is the most technical protocol on top of Ethereum. Fei, which obviously had its challenges, and has worked on AI projects and understands zero-knowledge cryptography, front-end development, building iPhone apps, and is probably one of the fastest learners I've ever encountered. And so between these two, I just think the Ethereum community are in really good hands. You've got two people who deeply, deeply, deeply care about making things the right way. They've already open sourced their core iOS module for managing keys, which has been picked up by some very interesting engineers and squeezed and prodded. They have a live prototype as a test flight, and they're submitting to the App Store before the end of Q1, hopefully. And, or definitely with the pace they're going. And for me, this is kind of the culmination of, well over a decade of thinking about what interacting Ethereum should look like. When I met Gavin and Vitalik, I had no real design experience, very little engineering experience, and just some modicum of business experience. And I also had the experience of Silicon Valley a little bit. And they asked me to design a browser for Ethereum, and what ended up working 5 years later in 2019 was a extension in a browser that connected to Ethereum. That's why MetaMask suddenly took off, right? MetaMask is by far and away the biggest wallet brand out there for two reasons. Joe Lubin financed it like a demon, and they capitalized on the opportunity to add extensions to Chrome and connect Ethereum to the web via an extension. And it's my belief that the battle is about to kick off again, but this time on mobile phones, where extensions have already come to Safari for iOS, extensions will come to Chrome for Android, and that there will be a clear dominant winner on mobile, and that may be MetaMask, but I'll be super surprised because they don't have to focus on stuff like this right now. They've got to focus on not getting hacked. And so I just think there's a massive opportunity. Every time a platform shifts, there is kind of gaps into the tectonic plates of technology, and all kinds of magma spills up, and some people get burned and consumed by it, and some people use that for energy. You know, I keep thinking about the Star Wars fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker, and how there was this kind of energy system consuming the heat from that off-world planet of volcanoes, and Anakin got singed and destroyed and became Darth Vader, and Obi-Wan dominated him because he had to, but he couldn't kill him because he loved him. But yeah, so Dawn is going to destroy the rainbow, and that's been kind of on my mind for 5 years. And it's kind of perfect that a rainbow showed up at dawn, because a rainbow does not survive a strong dawn. A rainbow is evaporated by a strong dawn. And that is exactly what I believe Dawn is going to do to the Rainbow Wallet. The reasons are so numerous, it's kind of hard to get going, but it all boils down to Mike Demarais being a gigantic liar. Mike has lied to me, he's lied to my former co-founders Christian Baroni and Jin Chung, he's lied to his investors, he's lied to his employees, he's lied to his team, he's lied to the Ethereum community, he's lied to just about everybody who's backed him up against the corner. And Mike is a terrible human being. He's the only person I deeply regret introducing to the Ethereum community, and over time, people have found out what he's like. And I really hope he's watching this video, because I would just like to say one thing to you, Mike. You ruined my funeral with my grandmother, and I will absolutely never forgive you for that. I don't mind that you destroyed my team and turned my friends against me and stuck the knife in and twisted it. I kind of admire it, actually. Like, it was very Machiavellian. It was very impressive the way you did it. But your timing was absolutely inexcusable. Sending that letter with Christian the day before I put my grandmother into an oven and say goodbye to her. I will simply never ever forgive you for that, for as long as I live. And I have made sure that an awful lot of people have not joined Rainbow. And I've also made sure that the people who've invested in you know what you're truly like. And family are going to ship a much better product than you ever can this year. And Dawn are going to ship a much more technically advanced product than you ever can this year. So, just want to say to Mike, I'll see you at the bottom of the App Store. And we will finish you off, finally. And if you would like some bug reports, let me tell you, your Android app actually crashes when you try to send ETH. And it made me chuckle, because that's the exact reason I told you we should not use React Native. So you might have a bunch of downloads on your Android app, but I don't think you've ever used it, because I can get it to crash every single time I download it. So yeah, I'm going to draw a line in the sand on that, because it's deeply negative, but ultimately Mike Demarais is an incompetent buffoon, and we're going to wipe Rainbow off the face of the earth. Or at the very least, put a lot of heat on them and evaporate a lot of their traction. So that's why Dawn. It's 50% beauty, creativity, inspiration, and excitement, and 50% revenge. And it would be a lie for me to say there isn't a huge element of ire.